Hi, Kurtz here, and this is Easy Access Math. And today we are going to solve a linear equation with a fraction. Now, this is the same thing as solving a linear equation, solving for a variable, or solving for x, except there's fractions involved. So what we want to do first is we want to get rid of the fraction. We want to get rid of the denominator, namely. And once we do that, we can just solve the numerators on top, and it's just like a linear equation. So to get rid of the denominator, which is making this problem a lot more complicated, what we need to do is find a common denominator for 4, 6, and 12. Now, if you don't see it right away, what you could do is list your multiples of 4 and 20, and you can list your multiples of 6 and multiples of 12, and I don't really have to go much further because I want the smallest number that's on all three lists, and that's how I get my least common denominator, and that's 12. 12 appears on all three. So I could prepare 12 as my denominator for each. Let me do that here. I'm going to use 12, and we're going to use 12 here, and we're going to use 12 here, and what we're going to see is that we're going to convert now our numerators so they're in proportion. The 4 went into 12 3 times, so I have to multiply this entire top by 3, which would give me 3x plus 6. 3x plus 6. And over here, 6 went into 12 twice, so the 1, 2 times the 1 is 2. Bring down my equal sign. Now the 12 went into 12 here only one time, so that 17 stays as is. Nothing changed there. 17 times 1 is 17. Now that I got the denominators the same, I could cross them out. I don't need them anymore. And I could just solve the numerators. So let me erase those. They were the same, so we don't need them. We changed all the numerators proportionally, and now I could just work that out and solve the numerators. So I do that like this. First, I have the 6 and the 2 on the same side of the equal sign. So I could just combine those two as 8 plus 8, because they're both the same positive sign. I'll bring down my 3x, so I have 3x plus 8 equals 17. And now it's just a linear equation. Once I changed everything, once I got my common denominator, like you would do if you're adding fractions, and I changed the numerators in proportion, you could cross out that common denominator as I didn't just solve the top. And now all I have to do is solve like I would a linear equation, which you've seen before when we did linear equations. I subtract the 8 from both sides. I have 3x equals 17 take away 8 is 9. Notice these I combined because they were on the same side of the equal sign. Make note of that. And when you have them on opposite sides, that's when you do the opposite sign. Now my last step, divide. Divide both sides by 3, and I have x equals 3. And that's it. X equals 3. If you work it out, it will balance. That's how you solve a linear equation with a fraction.